Wednesday, May 18th, standing on the Stockyard Bridge, right on the downstream edge of Salida, looking downstream towards the mouth of Bighorn Sheep Canyon on the Arkansas River. Flows today are around 750 CFS at the Wellsville gauge. And as you can see here, the river definitely has some color to it. We've been dealing with the color in the river for the last 2 weeks or so. And this actually is fairly decent shape compared to some days. I don't know if you can really see in very well from this angle, but we actually have, you can see the bottom at 2 feet or so out here, maybe 2.5 even. And fish have become acclimated to color in the water. And the nice thing is that while we have had some fluctuations in the visibility, the flows have been quite stable, a very, very slow incremental rise that really wouldn't even be happening at all if it weren't for some slowly increasing releases out of Twin Lakes and Clear Creek Reservoir. The tributaries themselves are actually in decline right now thanks to a series of colder days and cloud cover, and so this flow is about what you would find in early August, say, just a little more off color. The hatch situation has been impacted a bit by both time passing and the cool weather. The caddis activity that we do have right now is centered up in Browns Canyon and above, up towards Buena Vista. And when some warm weather returns late in the week, we may well see a resumption of that emergence. Meanwhile, down here in the Bighorn Sheep Canyon and Salida area, we're seeing more activity in the way of blue-wing olive mayflies and crane flies. Although when conditions are a bit murky, we are probably doing more with nymphing and streamer fishing than we are with dry fly fishing. And really with these kinds of conditions, many fish are going to be out along the edges, particularly brown trout, which works very well for streamers or some big attractor dries. And we're also doing well just, reading the surface of the river and fishing those seam lines and shelf lines and transitional water where browns are more apt to be holding along the bottom, and working that with golden stonefly nymphs and attractor type nymph patterns. My experience on several trips over the last couple weeks has been that the fish in Bighorn Sheep Canyon are in very good condition from a good feed this spring and nice low flows that required little energy on their part. They are in a quite opportunistic mode right now, and in particular I think they're most apt to focus on larger packets of protein. So the golden stonefly nymphs, the prince nymphs, the pheasant tails, the copper johns, all those types of patterns are really bringing good results at this time of year and with these kinds of conditions. What's going to happen? Well, I think we're going to be moving into a warming trend here late in the week, and there's always a couple of days at least delay between when you start to get melt type conditions up on the snowpack and then we actually see that water in the river. So I feel pretty good, this being Wednesday and quite cool, that we will make it into the weekend and with good fishable conditions, and beyond that, hard to say. So if you've been either lapsed in your commitment and to showing up at the Arkansas River and making the most of this fishery this spring, you still have a small window of opportunity to fulfill that obligation to yourself. Or if you've been down before, things have really not changed a whole lot over the last couple weeks, so there's certainly time to get in one more day. With the runoff sort of on delay, I do think we are likely to see a fairly high peak flow mid-June this year, and then hopefully by late in the month of June we'll be resuming our full operations on the Arkansas River. And stay tuned for more information on that. Call us at 719-539-4223 if there's any other questions that we can answer for you. Thank you.